Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Constance the Reader, and today we're doing a manga and a book haul video. So I have accumulated quite a few volumes of manga. That's okay. No shame over here. But I also have a bit of regular books as well. I went on a little book buying binge of nonfiction books. That will be very beneficial for me, in my opinion, for the next 4 years. We don't need to go into the discussion. Everybody was there. Everybody was there, and it's been a week. So y'all know what the hell I'm talking about and why I feel this way. But without getting into a rambling sesh, we are going to just go ahead and get into this haul. So I'm gonna break this up a bit. So we're going to deal with the regular books last, and we'll do the manga first, but I want to start with the used manga I bought first. So I went to Second and Charles the other day, as I do, and got myself some used manga, and some of the stuff I'm actually really excited that I got. I did not expect to get those things, so I'm happy. I already have volumes 1 and 2 of this and have been holding off on getting 3 because I didn't know if I was going to like it that much. I didn't mind the first volume of this series, but it's not my favorite. So I was like, I don't think I want to get these regularly priced moving forward. And I somehow got lucky, and Birds of Shangri-La volume 3 was there. It was half off. So I figured, why the hell not? I feel like that's a lucky little sign for me. I also got Anti-Romance volume 2. I'm very excited to see this one because I was on the fence so much about getting volume 1 for the longest time. Again, another thing that I was like, I don't know if I want to pay full price for this. You know, who knows? I don't know if I'll like it, is where I'm coming from. Now, I haven't read the first volume, which is a little bit different from Birds of Shangri-La, but I haven't heard any bad things about Anti-Romance, so we shall see. And all it took was for one person to tell me, yeah, actually, you should really read the manga for me to go ahead and get the next 3 volumes of The Ancient Magus Bride. So I got volume 2, volume 3, and volume 4. So I don't remember if when I was there they had volume 5. Usually I'm pretty good about that, about getting like at least, I don't know why, increments of 5 for some reason. I don't know why I do that, but we're starting out with the first 4 at the very least. And if I like it, then we will be continuing getting it. Don't have to ask me twice. And then I got The Princess of the Covenant Plot Devices, volume 1 and volume 2. I had this first volume on my wish list for a long time, and I just never pulled the trigger on it because, again, it was another thing that I didn't want to pay full price for, but this was half off as well. It was $6. So I was like, you know what, that's just too good. That's too much of a sign for me to just get these 2 volumes. As everybody knows, it doesn't take much. And this one was actually a really cool find. I was very happy to see this. So when I did a live stream with Bizarre Individual and some other manga readers, reviewers over on Bizarre Individual's channel, at the end of it, because we were talking about the series Fake, the BL manga, they had talked about our dining table, and I put it in my wish list and was like, okay, if I find this, that'll be exciting. I didn't want to obviously buy it off Amazon, but yes, I was so excited to find this, and it is also used. So every single thing that they suggested in that live, I put in my wish list. So that was also a very good find. And this one I was happy about. So my husband my husband got me the first volume of this series because I had it on my wish list, and I knew that I wanted to continue on with this series, but I knew that I didn't want to buy full price. So I was really excited to see volumes 2 and 3 of Mr. Villain's Day Off there. Now, I'm pretty sure this is also an anime now, which is exciting. I didn't watch the anime yet though, I don't believe. I think it's on Crunchyroll, but I was excited so I can continue on with this series. And this is another one where I didn't really want to pay full price because it's $14.99 regularly priced for something this tiny, you know? So I'm trying to be a little frugal. I know it probably doesn't seem like it because I don't stop buying but I am, contrary to popular belief, y'all. These next 3 were from the Hansama box. I didn't end up doing a like unboxing of this box. I just picked it up on my way out the door to work and was like, I don't feel like waiting, so I'm just gonna open it. I got in this box Otaku Vampires Love Bite. This one looks really cool. I've seen a lot of people talking about this and recommending it. It's basically about this vampire. She really is a vampire, and she's into this like anime or manga that has to do with vampires, and she goes to like a meetup, and one of the people there looks like one of the characters in the series, so she kind of becomes obsessed with him. And I think this will be really cute, so I assume they're just gonna be friends. This wasn't wrapped in plastic or anything, so it's gonna probably be very wholesome. There might be a bit of love, who knows. Licorice Recoil was the second one. I think this is the one that replaced a different volume that was supposed to be in the box, but it was back ordered, so don't know anything about this one, but excited. And then Blade and Bastard Volume 1. I've just started to see this in Books A Million, so I was like, oh, okay, this looks good. To me, it really does give me the vibe of Akame ga Kill. I don't think it's gonna be pretty similar to that. I'm not sure, I haven't read the back. But if it has to do with like assassins who are maybe like taking down the government or in some way or something like that, I probably will end up liking it, because if you didn't already know, I absolutely fucking adore Akame ga Kill. It is my favorite anime, and it is my favorite manga. It's literally, of completed series, I would say Akame ga Kill is probably my number 1. I do have others on that list, but Akame ga Kill holds a special place in my heart. I can't tell you why, it just does. It's just something about it. It's just so good to me, but I would recommend reading and watching Akame ga Kill. These next volumes I got from Crunchyroll. I happened to get a few things that were like a Junji Ito book nook, and I got a pop-up parade figure of Nia from Gurren Lagann. And I was like, you know, while I'm here, why don't I just get some volumes of manga? So I obviously had to get Blade of the Moon Princess Volume 3. Now I have all 5 volumes in the series. And yes, I can start reading it. Now, nothing was really stopping me from reading the first 2 volumes, but that's neither here nor there. I may have mentioned this before, but I had recently, September, October, started watching Kimi no Todoke, and I really, really liked it. I like this anime so much. I love the characters. I love the friendships. I love the relationships. And I'm not quite done with season 3, but I think I made it to like episode 3, possibly. But I liked it so much that I was like, I'm just gonna go ahead and get the manga. I can't help myself. So I have the first 3 volumes. Not all of these are available on Crunchyroll, so it's going to take time for me to collect this, but I just knew that I wanted it. I love their friendship so fucking much. And I love that even though there are moments where people don't always communicate really well, which is always something that really frustrates me, I do think it reminds me so much of when I was a teenager, because yeah, there was absolutely no communication going on amongst my friends. We were constantly thinking that the other one was mad and then being upset with someone. It was ridiculous. I'm glad that I'm an adult now and that these things don't happen to me anymore. But it's just something about Kimi no Todoke. I like it. I really would recommend watching it or reading it. So, you know, follow along with me as I try to get all of these volumes. And last from the Crunchyroll purchase, I don't know why. I do know why. But, you know, just something spoke to me about Loved by Two Fiancés. If I were going to, and I know family watches this, I'm sorry, I have to say it. If I was going to have type of like a 3-way situation, I will not. I don't want that. But if I did, it would be this, okay? Me in the middle, all right? Because I just think that that's the best possible way that it could be. I definitely went through it, and you know what? Yeah, everybody's getting off, and you know, good for them, especially for this woman right here. So I'm excited to read this. I will be reading that for a vlog, absolutely. And then moving on, I'm going to talk about the volumes that I got. I think it was last week or maybe the week before. There was a deal going on at Books A Million, and it was buy one, get one half off for manga. So y'all know I had to go in there and get this. I didn't even know that I'm in Love with the Villainess Volume 7 had come out, so I had to get this. Y'all know I love I'm in Love with the Villainess. I got Mobsters in Love Volumes 1 and 2. This just looks like it's going to be really cute. I wonder if this is going to be similar in, like, okay, yeah, we're, you know, for each other, but it's still kind of wholesome, like My Dear Agent. Obviously, it's a little different because they're mobsters. They're not security, like for like a rich kid. But I think this will be cute. I haven't heard anything negative about it, so I figure why not. One person suggested this to me in my comments. That's all I really needed to know. I did want to get the next 2 volumes in this, but I put them back for now. I probably will end up getting them anyway, but it was Smoking Behind the Supermarket with You. Several people have talked about this on TikTok, on YouTube, on Instagram, so I was like, I just will get it. It's a deal. Come on, there's a fucking buy one get half off. Might as well get it. Obviously, had to get Sakamoto Days Volume 14. Obviously, had to get Killer Shark in Another World Volume 2. I got the first volume in the Hansama box, and I ended up really liking this. It is surprisingly funny and gruesome. Now, obviously, you're seeing a killer shark here. It's in the name. But this shark is fucking brutal in a way that I wasn't expecting it to be. So I have had a lot of fun reading it, and I was like, I definitely want to read the second volume. I also got The Perks of Being an S-Class Heroine. Somebody talked about this on Instagram Reel. The cover is so fucking beautiful. I was like, I have to get this. It looks so cute. And I think the other reason why I went and got this was because I may be wrong about this, but I feel like I remember seeing in that Instagram Reel or TikTok that this is like only 5 volumes, possibly. Like, it's going to be a shorter series that I don't feel like I'm going to have to, like, okay, this is 30 plus volumes, you know what I mean? I'm trying to get better about not necessarily collecting a lot of those. I know that Kimi no Todoke is not short, so I don't always make sense, but, you know, sometimes it works. So, you know, I have to get a few things that aren't so long. Right? And then, of course, obviously, who the hell would think otherwise that I would not fucking get volume 3 of Apothecary Diaries light novel? I'm getting all of these like Pokemon cards, okay? There's no way that Connie is not getting anything that's like I'm getting everything related to Apothecary Diaries, period. Devin already pre-ordered me the figure where it's like Good Smile Company, and she's like, it's poison. And there's another figure. Honestly, I'm thinking about buying it because I haven't really bought any bigger expensive figures in a hot minute, and the Apothecary Diaries are figures that I have to get. I'm disappointed in myself that I missed the opportunity to pre-order the Nendroid ones. When those come available, I will be getting them because, you know, we don't always make good decisions. I'm guilty of it. Not pre-ordering that was a bad decision on my part, but it is what it is. And now we're going to get into the regular books I bought. So first and foremost, this is not nonfiction, I got Peking Duck and Cover by Vivian Chen. I technically got approved for this on NetGalley, so I do have the digital version of it, but I still want the physical copy because I love Vivian Chen. I love the Noodle Shop Mystery, so I had to get it. It also stopped me from, I don't remember what I was gonna get. I was gonna get something else. I think I went to Books A Million for a completely different book, and I was about to spend a lot of money, and I was like, you know what? No, I don't want to spend $30 on a hardcover. I'm gonna find something different. And I happened to walk past the like cozy mystery section, and that was there, and I was like, okay, I might as well get it. Now, does it make sense that I have 2 versions? Maybe not to you, but to me it makes sense. And lastly, we're going to be talking about the non-fiction books that I bought. Now, I am notoriously bad at explaining what they're about. So I am going to read the back of these for you guys. So I got Cruelty as Citizenship, How Migrant Suffering Sustains White Supremacy by Christina Beltran. Why are immigrants from Mexico and Latin America such an effectively charged population for political conservatives? More than a decade before the election of Donald Trump, vitriolic and dehumanizing rhetoric against migrants was already part of the national conversation, situating the contemporary debate on immigration within America's history of indigenous dispossession, chattel slavery, and Mexican-American War and Jim Crow. Christina Beltran reveals white supremacy to be white democracy, a participatory practice of racial violence, domination, and exclusion that gave white citizens the right to both wield and exceed the law. Still, Beltran sees cause for hope in growing movements for migrant and racial justice. So I actually started reading this, but I did fall asleep because I read it in bed. I have to stop doing that. I'm really bad about that. So I'm hoping that I can read this month because, I mean, it is very short. I don't even see how this could be really, it's 125 pages. It's hard to even imagine that it's 125 pages because a lot of it has footnotes. So, oh man. I also got How to Blow Up a Pipeline by Andreas Malm. Property will cost us the earth. The science on climate change has been clear for a very long time, yet despite decades of petitions, intergovernmental conferences, and peaceful demonstrations, we are still enthralled to a booming fossil fuel industry. Sea levels and global temperatures continue to rise as greenhouse gas emissions increase unchecked. With the stakes so high, why haven't we moved beyond peaceful protest? In this lyrical manifesto, noted climate scholar and saboteur of SUV tires and coal mines, Andreas Malm makes an impassioned call for the climate movement to escalate its tactics in the face of ecological collapse. We need to force fossil fuel extraction to stop with our bodies and our actions by disabling or destroying its tools. In short, we need to start blowing up some pipelines. This author has another book, I believe, and I got this one, but I'm pretty sure the person who was recommending it online talked about a different one, but I decided to go with this one instead. I will probably get the other one as well. I also got Confronting Capitalism, How the World Works and How to Change It by Vivek Chibber. A strategic guide to building a more democratic and egalitarian future. Why is our society so unequal? Why, despite their small numbers, do the rich dominate policy and politics even in democratic countries? Why is it so difficult for working people to organize around common interests? How do we begin to build a more equal democratic society? Another one that is very, very short, very small, that I don't know, maybe I'm being a little bit too ambitious, but I'm hoping that I can read at least 2, maybe 3 of these that I bought, but I also pulled one nonfiction book that I've had over here for a while. I also got Capitalist Realism, Is There No Alternative by Mark Fisher. After 1989, capitalism has presented itself as the only realistic political economic system. What effects has this capitalist realism had on work, culture, education, and mental health? Is it possible to imagine an alternative to capitalism that is not some throwback to discredited models of state control? I heard about this one, I think a few months ago, actually, and was like, okay, I know that I want to read it. I put it in my wish list and made an order to get this one along with these. Was like, I think it is really important for me to get this one as well. And this is The Untold History of American Labor, Fight Like Hell by Kim Kelly. Freed Black women organizing for protection in the Reconstruction era South. Jewish immigrant women workers fighting to improve the deadly conditions in Gilded Age garment factories. Asian and Latino immigrant field workers finding power in the multiracial, multi-ethnic fight against poverty wages. The queer Black labor organizer who helped orchestrate America's civil rights movement. These are only some of the working class heroes who propelled American labor's relentless push for fairness and equal protection under the law. The names and faces of countless forgotten leaders have been buried by time as a privileged few decided which stories got cut from the final record. In this assiduously researched work of journalism, Kim Kelly digs into the archives and scholarship to show anew how the rights of the American worker, the 40-hour work week, workplace safety standards, restrictions of child labor, protection from harassment and discrimination on the job were won. Fight Like Hell comes at a time of economic reckoning in America, from Amazon's warehouses to Starbucks cafes, coal mines of Appalachia, and the galleys of American airlines. The power of organized labor is a scale not seen since the 1960s. So if you're following anything politics, you understand why that's important. Now, I love this person in general. I follow them on TikTok. I follow them on Twitter, which I will not be using soon. I'm going to put information. I'm going to be transitioning to Blue Sky. So if anybody has a Blue Sky account, put your stuff in my comments so I can follow you. But I had to get this book by Jessica Valenti. I love Jessica Valenti. I love all the work that she does, and she talks about abortion and reproductive rights. So I had to get Abortion, Our Bodies, Their Lies, and the Truths We Use to Win. Abortion is healthcare, but it is also freedom. 81% of Americans don't want abortion regulated by the law. 1 in 4 American women will have an abortion in their lifetime. 99% of women who have had abortions don't regret it. Most Americans want abortion to be legal for any reason and available at any point in pregnancy. This country supports abortion. It's time to act like it. Anybody who knows me knows reproductive rights, abortion, very important to me. It's been important to me for quite some time. It was also very devastating when years ago Roe v. Wade was overturned, and I'm not liking the state of the world as we move forward. So I know it probably seems like, why would you keep reading these works? I think it's still important to continue your education on topics that are meaningful to you. That's just my opinion. And then It's Not Hysteria, everything you need to know about your reproductive health, but were never told, by Karen Tang, MD, MPH. I started following this doctor on TikTok. It's probably been like over a year and a half, maybe a little bit longer. I really like all of her videos, but I really think that it is important for everyone to understand these topics. And the truth is, there's so much stuff that many of us don't know. I have learned so much about pregnancy, what it does to our bodies, what it can do to our bodies, the damage that it can do. I never learned that stuff when I was a child. I never learned that stuff when I was a preteen or a teenager. And in my early 20s, I still didn't know those things. So I think it's really important to educate yourself. An inclusive and essential new resource for reproductive health, including period problems, pelvic pain, menopause, fertility, sexual health, vaginal and urinary conditions, and overall well-being, from leading expert and fierce advocate Dr. Karen Tang. Did you know that up to 90% of women experience menstrual abnormalities or pelvic problems in their lifetime, yet these issues are overwhelmingly misunderstood, misdiagnosed, or dismissed? Conditions such as PCOS, endometriosis, fibroids, ovarian cysts, PMDD, or pelvic floor dysfunction don't receive the stream of funding for research and new treatments that other conditions do, despite affecting up to half the population. Dr. Karen Tang is on a mission to transform how we engage with our bodies and our healthcare. It's Not Hysteria is a comprehensive guide to common conditions and potential treatment options, which with practical tools such as symptom prompts and sample questions for providers to equip us to take control of our health. Reproductive health care, from abortion to gender-affirming care, is under siege. The onus continues to fall on patients to find and advocate for the care they need. In the face of uncertainty and misinformation, It's Not Hysteria is destined to become a new classic that educates and empowers women and those assigned female at birth. So I'm excited. I'm excited to get to all of these books that I have recently purchased. And I would encourage all of you as well to educate yourself. Now, you don't have to read everything that I read. Read what you want, but I think that it is still important every day to learn a little bit of something new, and then just re-educate yourself on the stuff that you might think you know everything about, but you might not. Nothing wrong with that. I mean, we're all readers here, whether it's for, hey, I want to just read something that is romance. Hey, I want to read something that's informative. Hey, I want to read something that's full of action. All of it is really important. So let's just continue to read, you guys. Let's continue to read. Tell me if there's any nonfiction books that you're reading for Nonfiction November down in my comments. And yeah, that is my book haul. I'm really excited. I know that there are some other volumes of manga that I do want to be getting in the month of November. There's at least 3, maybe 4 that come out on the 19th. But I figured, you know what? Chances are I will be going to Second Charles again. So there is no point in me reading my iPad to tell you what I want to get when I know I'm just going to get the shit anyway, and we're going to do another video. I'm also waiting on another book to be delivered to me that is a nonfiction book, so I will obviously have another book and manga haul for the month. It's clearly like becoming 2 a month for me. don't judge me. But yes, thank you so much for watching my video. If you like the video, please like the video. If you like it, subscribe, hit the notification bell, follow me on other social media. It's in the description box down below. And you have a good day. Goodbye.